Hello, 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 and welcome to Workouts for Older Men Live. I am Skip LaCour. I'm so glad you are here today joining me for Workouts for Older Men Live, our connection. Just two men, you and me, going through the journey of life, together becoming our best both inside and outside of the gym. That's what Workouts for Older Men Live is like. We got more time behind us than we do in front of us. We got to seize all the opportunities in front of us. We've got to train, we've got to eat, take care of ourselves with a sense of urgency. In this short video, I want to talk about back training. I want to give you some tips on getting a big, wide back. Become effective and efficient with your back training tips. All right, the first thing you want to do is make sure that you have a variety of exercises for your back. You want to have a variety of exercises. We have different apparatus. A V-bar, we can have this type of bar, a certain width apart. You can even go wide, right? Dumbbells, barbells, machines. You want to have a variety of exercise for your back, hitting the muscles out all different angles. We're naturally going to be better at some exercises than others, even for back, even for all exercises. So you want to do variety. You want to really emphasize the back exercises that you do well, that you love, right? It's all about enjoying it. It's all about becoming better at what you're good at. And you also want to hedge your bet. With the exercise, maybe you don't feel quite as comfortable. We want to bring those up, right? We don't hit every exercise equally, even though it may feel the same, or that's our intent. So you always want to have a variety of exercises. Now, when we talk about exercise, you notice when I do these dumbbell rows, I love this exercise for back, right? It helps me hit each side of my back. Each movement is separately. It's independent single limb movements. But one thing about single limb movements, they're not the most maybe efficient with your energy, right? You do one arm, then you do the next arm. Second arm might not get quite as much of attention because you're a little bit tired. You don't necessarily want to wait long gaps in between. Maybe you can rotate between sets. You want to do one arm first so you don't just favor the one arm doesn't always get attention. But single limb movements, they're effective to hit the muscle independently because every time we have our arms, we won't have the exact same coordination. If we use a bar, like on a barbell row, or a lat pull down, or even a cable row, a lot of times we might be dominant on one side, month after month, year after year, doing all the back exercise, being dominant on one side, have a chance of developing one side more than the other without really knowing it. So single limb movements are great to move independently. You might want to work one of those into every back workout for those reasons. The great thing about machines now is that they can move independently of each other. So you have the structure and the control of a machine, right? It doesn't take as much skill as like a barbell row. So you have the machine, and they can move independently of each other too, like these single limb movements. So you're doing them both at the same time. As far as machines versus free weights, they both work great. If you're a little bit older, right, maybe you're into the gym for the first time, don't shy away from the machines just because the big boys say you should use free weights. Work those in, get better at those, but machines are a great way to stimulate your back. Especially the machines today are really good. The old school way of thinking, they weren't as sophisticated as they are now, and the barbells were much, much better back then. But now, especially if you want to get in the gym, stimulate the muscle, get out there, get on to your busy, productive life, you should be very comfortable with machines when training back. All right, let's talk about these grip distances. Like I said, got the close grip V-bar row, let's say, for example, or even a wider grip. Like I said, you should have a variety of grips, but I got to tell you one thing. All right, a lot of guys, they say, oh, I want to have this nice V taper. And I want to talk about that. You want to make sure that, especially if you're older, busy, productive life, you're trying to put this all together, the training, you want to make sure that you stick around for my last tip. It's probably the most important for you if you're a little bit older like me. Right, but as far as those different grips, one thing, a lot of guys say, wide grip, you get a wide back, right? That sounds logical, right? Wide grip, wide back. Unfortunately, it really doesn't work that way. Our structure, our genetic shape, we're only going to be so wide. If it was the case that you could just get a wide back by using a wide grip, if that just did it, every bodybuilder who's been doing this 20, 30 years, they would have the widest back if it was as simple as that, right? You have to build upon what you have. More and more muscle, right, will make you wide. So over time, it's that getting wide with the structure that you have, right? You should have a variety of exercises, but if you believe that having a wide grip is going to make you wide, maybe you're doing that. You're thinking, why aren't I getting wide? I'm doing all wide movements. Well, it doesn't really work that way. It's better that you understand that so you work with the gifts that you do have. We work on our strengths, we camouflage our weaknesses, but at least we know how it really works, right? So that's really important. Notice I use wrist straps, right? Some old school thinking might be, you want to use that grip when you do your back exercise, right? Got to work on those forearms and that grip at the same time. Hey, back is a very challenging body part to work in, and you probably know that, right? It's tough to get that full range of motion and stimulate the back muscles. You can really tell how long a guy's been training in the gym, how much dedication, how much weight he's lifted. You can really tell by the development of back. You can't you may be born with the shape of a wide back, but that back development is earned over time, right? It's a challenging muscle to hit. Save the grip strength for maybe other exercise. Save the grip strength, the forearms for direct work. I like to use wrist straps so that my arm just becomes an apparatus to hit the back muscles themselves. I'll worry about arm training, forearm training. I want to take as much pressure off having that grip so it goes directly to my back. So I really want you to consider using wrist straps so you put all that stimulation on the back, right? Notice on when you see me doing these rows, I do this for all exercises. This is especially important with back training too, is you want to explode. You say, watch me. It's a 1 count, explode on the way up. But I control the weight on the way down, 1, 2. All right, so it doesn't matter if I'm doing a row. It doesn't matter if I'm doing a pull down. Or you see me doing these single limb dumbbells, right? I explode, hit that muscle, and then I control on the way down. So it would be 1, 1, 2. I fight it, because that weight's going to want to drive it down. I control the weight on the way down. Another tip when you're training your back is that you want to make sure, again, when you do your movements, just say, like with a V-bar, and you pull it in, right? A lot of times you'll see guys, they'll pull it here. Now, look, you will get back stimulation, no doubt about it. Okay, you will get back stimulation, but if you aim a little bit lower, you might feel it a little bit more, right? So instead of here and all the movements, you'll notice I did that with the single limb dumbbell rows too, right? So aim a little bit lower. Again, 1, 1, 2. I call that shooting for my belt buckle on all of these back movements. And then finally, here's the biggest thing that I want you to remember when you want that wide back, that back development. You're a little bit older, you have a busy, productive life, right? As far as at this age building tons and tons of muscle that's going to widen you out, the biggest impact, the most dramatic effect that you can immediately do to have that wide back is to lose your body fat. When you're a little bit older, right, it doesn't matter how fast your metabolism was in the past. You know, the body fat, it forms around the chest. Even if you don't have man boobs, there's more body fat around the chest. We get that barrel body. We may not have a protruding stomach, but it's tougher to get the abs when you get a little bit older. You get the love handles. Get that chunk of meat on your lower back. That chunk of meat on your lower back. You want to see that wide V taper. Instead of relying on building more and more muscle that's going to widen you out, lose the body fat. Get that, lose the love handles, the chunk of meat on the back. Make that way smaller through diet, getting lean. And if you're lean, get even leaner. And that's going to create that V taper. So instead of depending, especially if you're older, that at this age you're going to build so much muscle to go wide, you want to taper off by losing that body fat where it congregates when we're a little bit older, around that midsection, right? So watching my YouTube channel, watch all my social media platforms. In a short while, I'm going to have a complete back training routine and all these tips and a structured, demonstrated back training video for you. So make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. Make sure if you're on my Facebook page that you have all the alerts for this complete back training workout where I'll take you through a specific routine, every single exercise, and I'll explain every bit of it, and you'll hear more about these tips when it comes to back training. Hey, I want you to make sure that you go check out my 12-week fitness transformation for older men with busy, productive lives. Go to skiplacour.com/transformation. I'm starting another one because I love this process. I love getting to know you guys, taking you to the next level as your coach and friend, making you accountable. All right, I'm doing another one. It's starting just in a couple weeks now. You still have time. Go to skiplacour.com/transformation. Fill out that questionnaire. Play all out when you fill out that questionnaire. It's going to ask you some questions. I'm going to find out where you are, what your challenges have been, what you ultimately want. All right? Everything that you've done in the past has been stopping you. I want to help you break through. So fill out that questionnaire at skiplacour.com/transformation. I read every single one. I'll respond to you, and I will send you a text, and then we'll set up a phone call. We'll talk for 10 or 15 minutes. We'll see if it's a good fit for you. A gentleman said, well, what does that mean, good fit for me? Well, you may not want to go to this entire 15-week intense journey with me, right? One-on-one coaching, 3 hours of me one-on-one coaching before we even begin, right? And then 12 weeks group coaching call every single week with you having my personal cell phone number. We text back and forth. We have phone calls. I keep you accountable all throughout this whole 15-week process. Again, it starts with 3 one-on-one coaching sessions. I get you clear, get you focused. The big reasons why in our first coaching session, we wait a week. That call is recorded, so you have it forever, so you continue to learn from it. I get you clear and focused and confident, certain about the training routine that's going to work for you. Right? Put you on a training routine that's specific to you, not just some generic one. Right? With your schedule, with your goals. I'll help you understand what's most important when it comes to training. And I'll help you kind of, set aside all those things that really don't matter, especially a man with a busy, productive life like you want to keep your business and your family that you work so hard intact. Right, that's it in session number 2. Again, it's recorded because you'll learn from it over and over again. The 20th time you listened to our time together, you and me, one-on-one, you'll say, I don't remember him telling me that, but now I see it where the stage I'm in. Right? The 3rd week, it's about nutrition. So many men, they know that they should put more of an importance on nutrition, but they'd rather just focus on the training. They try another training routine, another training routine. Right? They know they should focus on their nutrition. Look in the mirror, they're not happy with the way they look, but they don't attack it. They're so confused, overwhelmed. I'm going to get you certain. I'm going to get you confident of what you need to do. There's certain standards, but there's a lot of things that you don't need to do that may be burning you and keeping you from jumping into the nutrition. To lose that body fat, help you look and feel great, be healthy at this age. That's session number 3. Again, it's recorded. right? And then we go on to the 12 weeks with the group, coaching every single week, and you and I staying connected. I'll keep you accountable. I'll make sure you step up and finally take control of this area of your life. I'm so excited for our 12-week fitness transformation journey. So go to skiplecore.com/transformation. Fill out that questionnaire. Even if you're the slightest bit interested, it'd be nice just to connect with you. You've been following me for all of my videos. All right, we'll see if it's a good fit for you. Maybe there's other things. Maybe I can just send you to a few videos or some material, or maybe you want to go on this 12-week fitness transformation journey with me. All right, so thank you so much for joining me. If you like this video, make sure you like it. Make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. Make sure you comment down below. Tell me what you want to see more of. Stay tuned for that complete back training video where it's going to be instructional. I'm going to take you through a routine. I'm going to list it out. I'm going to go through every single exercise. You're going to see it from all different camera angles. I'm going to talk about these tips in more detail throughout it. So look for that video soon. Just complete, thorough back training video. All right, again, reach out. I want you to join me for my 12-week fitness transformation journey that's specifically designed for older men with busy, productive lives. Right, so hey, when we're a little bit older, we've got more time behind us than we do in front of us. Okay, take on the day, our health, our fitness, right? Our family, our business, our legacy. We've got to seize the day with a sense of urgency. So have a great day. Have an outstanding day. Have an awesome day. Think big and think bigger than getting bigger.